Hi everyone. This is Julia from Avatar Academy, and today we're going to talk about something that every English learner faces at some point: understanding different English accents. You know that feeling. You study, you practice, you watch videos, and everything seems fine until you meet someone who speaks with a completely different accent. Suddenly, the words sound unfamiliar, the rhythm feels strange, and you start asking yourself, do I even know English? Trust me, you're not alone. And the good news is, struggling with accents doesn't mean your English is weak. It actually means your listening skills are ready for the next level. Today, I want you to relax and just listen as I walk you through why accents feel difficult, how your brain reacts to them, and how you can train yourself to understand them confidently, without panic, without stress, and without feeling lost. And I want you to remember something right from the beginning. English is not one voice. It's millions of voices. Different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds. And your goal isn't to understand one accent perfectly, it's to build a flexible ear that adapts to many. Let me start with something you probably never noticed. When you listen to English, your brain doesn't just hear sounds. It looks for patterns. Patterns in stress, patterns in rhythm, patterns in melody. When those patterns are familiar, the brain relaxes and understanding becomes easy. But when a new accent appears, the patterns change. The sounds stretch differently, the vowels shift, the consonants become softer or stronger, the speed goes up or down. And suddenly your brain says, wait, this is new, I need time. That moment of confusion is not failure. It's your brain adjusting. It's learning, happening in real time. One of the biggest reasons accents feel difficult is that you expect them to sound like the English you studied. Most learners begin with American or British English, which is great, but the world doesn't speak in one accent. When you meet someone from India, the Philippines, Nigeria, South Africa, Scotland, New Zealand, your brain hears English, but not the version it memorized. And the first reaction is usually panic. You think something is wrong with your listening, but nothing is wrong. The only problem is exposure. Your brain needs more samples, more variety, more diversity. Let me share something interesting. Even native speakers struggle with unfamiliar accents. An American might not understand a Scottish accent at first. A British person might need time to understand an Australian accent. And guess what? They're all native speakers, but they still ask each other, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" So imagine how normal it is for you as a learner to feel the same. Now, let's talk about something that happens quietly inside you. When you hear a new accent, your first instinct is to listen for words, but that doesn't work. When accents change, your brain can't rely on perfect pronunciation. Instead, it needs to listen for meaning, context, tone, verb tense, key phrases. And that shift in listening style is one of the strongest signs that your English is moving toward B2. You stop chasing every single word and you start understanding the general message. That's real progress. Another sign that your listening is getting stronger is when you understand people even if they speak fast. Speed becomes less scary because your brain stops translating word by word. Instead, it recognizes whole blocks of meaning, chunks, expressions, structures. This is why sometimes you understand a fast American speaker, but struggle with a slower accent from another country. It's not about speed. It's about familiarity. Familiarity makes your brain relax. Unfamiliarity makes it work harder. And the more accents you hear, the more familiar they become. Now, I want to talk about confidence, because understanding accents is not just a technical skill, it's an emotional one. Many learners freeze when they don't understand something immediately. They feel ashamed or embarrassed. But here's the truth. Confidence is not about understanding everything. Confidence is about staying calm even when you don't. When you listen to someone and you stop panicking, you start understanding more. Panic blocks your hearing. Calmness opens it. Think of it like this. Your brain is a radio. When you panic, you lose the signal. When you calm down, the signal becomes clear again. So the goal isn't perfection. The goal is emotional control while listening. And that's a B2 skill, one of the most powerful listening abilities you can develop. Another thing that helps you understand different accents is rhythm. Each accent has its own musicality. American English is smooth and connected. British English is more precise, with sharper edges. Indian English has a beautiful bounce. Filipino English has a soft, gentle flow. Nigerian English has strong stress and confident melody. When you learn to recognize the rhythm, not just the words, you stop fighting the accent and start flowing with it, and that's when understanding becomes natural. Exposure is your best friend here. If you only listen to one type of English, your listening muscles stay weak. But if you expose yourself to accents from movies, podcasts, interviews, or real conversations, your brain starts building a bigger map of English, a flexible map, a map that adjusts automatically. And the results are amazing. You suddenly begin understanding people you couldn't understand before. I want to give you an example that many learners experience. At first, you might understand only your English teacher. Then you understand YouTube creators. Then you understand actors in TV shows. Then you understand English speakers who talk fast. Then you understand different accents. At each stage, your brain evolves. It becomes more sensitive, more intelligent, more adaptable. And that evolution is what transforms you from a beginner to a confident, global English speaker. There's also something very important. You don't need to like every accent. You don't need to master all accents. You just need to survive them, understand them enough to communicate. As your level grows, your brain will naturally prefer some accents and struggle with others. That's normal. Even native speakers prefer certain accents. The key is not to force yourself. Just stay open, stay curious, and give your brain time. Now, let me share a secret. Your brain learns accents faster when you connect them to real people. If you watch a show with a strong accent for a few days, your understanding increases dramatically. Because the brain learns faces, expressions, emotions, and gestures together with the accent, it's a package. And the more emotional the connection, the stronger the memory. That's why stories help you more than grammar books. And here's something beautiful. Once you start understanding different accents, the world opens up to you. You can watch more content, meet more people, work with teams from different countries, travel confidently, and participate in conversations that once felt impossible. This is not just a listening skill, it's a life skill. So if you're struggling with accents right now, remember this. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that your brain is expanding. You are not failing. You are upgrading. Every difficult accent you hear is like a new workout for your listening muscles. And with time, those muscles become strong, flexible, and unstoppable. Before we wrap up today's episode, I added a special worksheet inside our Telegram group that will help you practice real-life accent recognition using simple exercises. You'll also find the most important vocabulary from today's episode. And of course, if you want more daily tips and listening practice, make sure to follow us on Instagram. The link is in the description. Keep learning, and keep trusting your progress. You're doing amazing, even if you don't notice it yet.